a wooden transport crate door swings open, spilling 50 confused white chickens into the damp, shadowed undergrowth of a primeval forest. Sunlight barely penetrates the thick canopy, casting long, eerie shadows across their bright, unnaturally clean feathers. The air is thick with the scent of pine needles and rotting bark, a world far removed from the sterile barns they once knew. Silence. They stand motionless, their heads twitching with every rustle of a leaf or snap of a distant twig. A bright white hen takes a tentative step forward, her yellow feet sinking into the soft, unforgiving moss. She pecks at a shard of flint, expecting the familiar taste of grain, but finding only cold, hard stone. Suddenly, a shadow sweeps across the forest floor as a red-tailed hawk circles above the clearing. Panic erupts as the flock scatters in 40 different directions, their clumsy wings flapping uselessly against the dense thicket. The first night is a trial of cold and terror as the temperature drops and the forest comes alive with nocturnal predators. A red fox creeps through the ferns, its eyes glowing with the reflection of the pale moon. One by one, the weakest birds are picked off, leaving behind only scattered white feathers as evidence of their existence. By dawn, the population has already been cut in half, the survivors huddling in the hollow of a fallen oak tree. Hunger begins to gnaw at their vitals, forcing them to look past the safety of their hiding spot. They begin to explore the microecosystems hidden within the leaf litter. Fattened earthworms, giant stag beetles, oily black crickets, slug larvae. These birds no longer wait for a human hand to provide nourishment. They must learn to kill or starve. Months pass, and the survivors are no longer the soft, plump creatures that first stepped out of the crate. Their bodies have become lean and wiry, every ounce of excess fat burned away by the constant search for food. The brilliant white feathers are now stained with mud, pine resin, and the blood of their prey. A subtle genetic shift begins to favor those with darker patches of plumage, providing a meager form of camouflage. Their legs grow noticeably thicker, the skin hardening into a protective, scaly armor against the thorns of the forest. Survival is a brutal teacher, and the curriculum is written in the scars on their wings. Year 1 ends with only 5 birds remaining, a tiny fraction of the original 50. These are the architects of a new lineage, the toughest and most cunning of the domestic breed. 100 years have passed since the original release, and the forest has claimed the domestic chicken as its own. The birds are now completely unrecognizable from their farm-raised ancestors, possessing a wild, predatory grace. Their feathers have transitioned into a complex tapestry of mottled browns, deep grays, and charcoal blacks. They vanish against the tree bark, becoming invisible to the predators that once hunted them with ease. Their beaks have elongated and developed a slight downward hook at the tip, perfect for stripping bark or tearing flesh. No longer grounded, they can now perform explosive bursts of flight to reach the safety of the high canopy. A rooster stands on a high branch, his crown a deep, menacing crimson rather than a bright, floppy red. He scans the forest floor with eyes that have moved slightly more to the front of his skull for better depth perception. His crow is no longer a greeting to the sun, but a raspy, guttural warning to rivals and intruders. They have developed a complex social hierarchy based on hunting prowess and territorial defense. When a squirrel ventures too close to a nesting site, the flock coordinates a swift, lethal ambush. They surround the rodent, using short jumps and sharp pecks to disorient their target before the kill. The forest floor is their kingdom, and they are no longer just survivors. They are competitors. They feed on a variety of new woodland delicacies. Tree frogs, small field mice, lizard tails, bird eggs. The very environment that once killed them now provides everything they need to thrive and multiply. Generations of natural selection have refined their bones, making them lighter yet significantly stronger. Their hearts beat with the steady rhythm of a creature that knows exactly where it sits in the food chain. Time stretches onward, and the slow grind of evolution begins to reshape their very anatomy. 1,000 years, 3,000 years, 6,000 years. The world around them changes, but the birds adapt faster than the trees can grow. By year 10,000, the creature that was once a chicken has ascended to the role of apex predator. It is a massive beast, standing 4 feet tall with a muscular frame designed for high-impact combat. Its legs are thick pillars of corded muscle, capable of sprinting at speeds that rival a deer. The feet have evolved into terrifying weapons, with the back claw growing into a 6-inch curved sickle. This is the forest raptor, a nightmare born from the humble domestic bird. Its plumage is now a sleek, iridescent black that absorbs the dim light of the deep woods. The beak is a massive, bone-crushing instrument, capable of snapping the spine of a small deer in a single bite. Its neck is long and flexible, allowing it to strike with the speed of a serpent from the shadows. They hunt in small, highly organized family units, communicating with low-frequency clicks and whistles. A large male stalks through the ferns, his footsteps completely silent despite his significant weight. He tracks a scent through the damp air, his nostrils flaring as he nears his unsuspecting prey. With a sudden, violent burst of speed, he launches himself forward, his talons extended for the strike. The impact is sudden and total, the prey brought down before it can even let out a cry. This is the final form of the experiment, a testament to the hidden power within genetic code. The forest has been reshaped by their presence, the old predators either driven out or eaten. They possess unique physical traits that define their dominance. Sickle-shaped killing claws. Forward-facing predator eyes. Bony, protective head crests. Serrated beak edges. Each feature is a hard-won prize from 10 millennia of constant, unforgiving warfare against nature. They no longer resemble the white birds that once pecked at dirt in a fenced-in yard. They are the ghosts of the forest, the unseen kings of the dark timber. Their evolution is complete, shifting from the most exploited of animals to the most feared of hunters. The cycle has come full circle, returning the bird to the ancient, reptilian ferocity of its ancestors. No more cages. No more keepers. Only the hunt. Only the survival. Only the forest. They stand atop the mossy remains of a fallen world, their golden eyes reflecting the ancient light of the sun. A new era has dawned for the avian lineage, one carved out with beak and claw. Every rustle in the leaves now carries the weight of a 10,000-year transformation. The domestic bird is dead. The predator has risen. Its breath fogs in the cool morning air, a silent steam rising from its powerful chest. It looks toward the horizon, where the trees thin and the open plains begin. Expansion is inevitable for a species this successful. They begin to move in unison, a dark wave of feathers and muscle flowing through the ferns. The sounds of the forest fall silent as they pass, as if nature itself is holding its breath. They are the masters of adaptation, the ultimate proof that biology is never static. From the coop to the canopy, their journey is a masterclass in biological resilience. Their sharp screeches echo through the valleys, a sound that will haunt the forest for another 1,000,000 years. The feathers on its back stand up as it marks its territory on a jagged rock. This creature is the legacy of 50 birds that refused to die in the mud. It is a living weapon, forged in the fires of extinction and the cold of the wild. The forest floor is littered with the bones of those who failed the test of time. But the raptor remains, its talons clicking against the stone as it prepares for the next chase. It pauses to listen, its head tilted to catch the vibration of a distant heartbeat. There is no mercy in this world, only the efficiency of the kill and the strength of the lineage. The sun sets behind the serrated ridge of the mountains, painting the sky in blood-red hues. Under the cover of twilight, the pack begins its nightly patrol of the borders. They move with a synchronization that suggests a collective intelligence, a shared instinct for the hunt. Each step is a calculated movement, a dance of death perfected over countless generations. They are the end result of a process that does not care for the weak or the slow. The legacy of the white chicken is now written in the fear of every other living thing in the woods. They have transcended their origins, leaving the farm far behind in the dust of history. The forest belongs to them. They are the darkness between the trees. They are the sharp edge of evolution. In the deep night, their eyes glow with an intelligence that is both ancient and terrifyingly new. The journey of 50 has become the reign of thousands. No human influence remains to guide their path or clip their wings. They are free, and in their freedom, they have become monsters of beautiful efficiency. The wind whistles through their sleek feathers, carrying the promise of a long and bloody future. One raptor stands on a precipice, looking down at the world it has conquered. It lets out a final, piercing cry that shakes the very needles on the pine trees. This is the dawn of the avian empire. Nothing can stop the momentum of a species that has reclaimed its prehistoric throne. As the stars emerge, the forest raptors fade into the blackness, ready to write the next chapter of life. The experiment is over, but the evolution never truly ends. It merely waits for the next challenge to reshape the flesh once again. Deep in the heart of the timber, a single egg sits in a nest of woven thorns. It is speckled with gray and brown, a perfect camouflage for the world it will soon inherit. Inside, a heart begins to beat, a tiny predator waiting for its chance to strike. The forest watches. The forest remembers. The forest provides. 50 birds. 10,000 years. One final predator. And the hunt goes on forever.